everyone, welcome back to another video of this data engineering series. I hope you are along with me in this journey till now. And so, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go and do so that you don't miss any such updates around any such upcoming videos. So, this particular video would be mostly around how the backend maintenance is being handled in MySQL. This is just like a overview or the glimpse of it. We still have a lot of things to cover in depth around maintenance, like how vacuum works or rebalancing and compression things. I just wanted to give you a glimpse so that you basically have the the at least the insights of how does the things look overall. So, the first thing that I want to basically cover is around breadcrumbs. Okay, so breadcrumbs is just something like as we have discussed in the last video that we suppose if we have some node, right? Sorry. So suppose if we have a tree and we basically try to perform any kind of insertion and deletion. So we basically go through splits and merges, like there would be some of the split points here where we basically suppose this is a split point and we basically insert another node here, and there are some other pointers that are being maintained from on this particular node. So breadcrumb is just like a stack, right? It's not something like a huge topic. So we basically maintain pointers to all these kind of nodes at different levels, right? You can see here, right? This is a kind of a stack where we basically maintain some kind of a offset like 1 2 2. This is just to have a backtrack of things, and how we basically want to reference the things. Suppose if we want to do some of the splits and merges, suppose here, like there is some node which suddenly came here. I mean, obviously more than one nodes. That's why it leads to overflow condition, right? So yeah, and then it basically holds the pointer to your parent node as well, and so it this thing as in particular is just to hold your references to make your backtrack basically easier when you go towards the top, towards the parent actually. So I know this concept is really boring, but thought of telling you. So yeah, and the other thing is around rebalancing and compression. Rebalancing, basically, so see, everything which is happening in this particular phase is because of split and merges. Because you basically perform either you insert the data, you delete the data, or you update the data, right? These are the three operations you basically perform majorly on your records. So these things like rebalancing and compression happens in at the back end, maybe at the some interval, or maybe like continuously as well, depends like how you want to set it. So rebalancing is something like you basically deleted any of the suppose node, and you basically want to shift the nodes from this particular side to this side, or something that sort of, right? That's why it leads to splits and merges, right? So rebalancing is you basically balancing the tree. This is something like a costly operator, but yeah, it is sometime efficient as well when you basically try to search your data, because you have basically reclaimed your space, right? Compression is something like where you want to store the data in the compressed form. So like if you see here, uh, the actual size of the data was this particular shaded portion, right? But when it was compressed, it basically was left under this particular size. We try to access everything in the form of disk blocks. As I have told you, it is of 64 KB, right? It could be the case where we may have we may also get some of the the extra record as well. There we basically try to use some kind of filtering. So you can see here, right? We did a full disk block access. We got a 64 KB block, but we got some of the part of B as well. So here we do some kind of filterings as well, right? So compression comes at a cost of the kind of power that you basically give to your compute machine, the RAM and the CPUs. So the less the size of uncompressed data is, you I mean, so there is a direct so there is a proportional relation between the number of CPU RAM required and the size of the compressed data, right? So yeah, vacuum is like, it's a really important concept, present around. Suppose I I'm sure like you have heard of this term MVCC, right? So like there is a table present here. This is your sum of the table, and you have, suppose, record 1, record 2, record 3, right? And at the same time you're basically performing some operations and deletions, and there may be some of the transactions, suppose T1 and T2, suppose T3, right? And all are accessing the same set of record, and there may be some of the transactions which are inserting updates, deletes. They're basically trying to update the same transaction or delete the transaction, or suppose something is happening on a single set of transactions. So any DML operation happening on a single transaction, so it basically tries to maintain a snapshot. Like it doesn't go and, suppose if I insert something and I suddenly delete something, it doesn't go and delete at the same time. There would be records maintained here, but it would not be shown to you directly. Those are like inactive records. So by the time regular cleanup happens, it will still be there. So we need to run vacuum timely to timely to basically clean up such spaces. So when once you clean up such spaces, you basically reclaim a lot of space, right? And this is how the tree structure of this looks like. So these are like deleted cells, and but you still haven't reclaimed the space here. Like we still need to run the vacuum here, so that our tree can rebalance it. So you can relate it, right? We are trying to use all the concepts at the same time, rebalancing and vacuum, and how the compression would again happen. So once, so these all three things work in sync. As soon as you shift your cells from here to there, and and once a rebalancing happens, you need to think about the, I mean, we do not need to think, the database need to think about how to handle the compression part as well. So yeah, these are I'll not say these are like really cheap operations. These are compute intensive, and like it basically adds overhead to your system as well, but at the same time this basically boosts your system performance as well, right? So yeah, so this is I need to do in this particular video. And yeah, so I think we can maybe we can pick some other topic in the next upcoming video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go and subscribe to the channel for getting all the latest updates. Thank you.